So today we are going to start the chapter 14 tribal culture in India. Let us just begin with that. India, which is of course referred as always a land of diverse cultures and traditions. It is a very like uh, a very standard statement. So we have a diverse kind of cultures and the traditions. Okay. And which is of course India is also home of multitude of tribal communities scattered across various states and regions. There are also key multiple tribal communities which are not at only a single state. They are scattered in Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand, Jammu and Kashmir, Kerala. So they are scattered all around India. These tribes have nurtured their unique identities हैं इनकी, ठीक है? They have unique identities. आप इनको देख के you can find out कि from which tribe, from which tradition they belong. They have a different language, beliefs, they are having a different arts. They own the music and the dance forms. So which is of course creates a colorful tapestry of cultural heritage that enriches the nation. Okay. You have a diverse kind of languages, belief, art, music, and each having different kind of. One tribe has this art, music, dance. Another tribe has different one. So this will enrich the nation in the cultural heritage wise. So here we go here in this chapter. We are going to see the tribal cultures. Okay. Their fascinating diversity and the treasures they contribute to the nation's cultural mosaic. So basically, not the treasure means the money, but the cultural values they give the culture, how they give the culture thing, art, music. Okay, these kind of things they give to the nation. Okay. So India often referred to as a land of theirs. So is a as we have done. Okay, this is just the okay. The heritage of tribal population has built the Aboriginal civilization in the Indian subcontinent and has contributed to the nation's cultural mosaic in profound ways. ठीक है? Tribal languages, culture, and art reflect the creative energy found among the tribal people in different corners of India. In this chapter, we'll see. Na, let us just dig into the directly to the tribes of India. What is a tribe first? So, according to sociology, it means a unit of socio-political organization consisting of number of families, clans, or other groups who shares a common ancestry and a culture. So basically, according to a sociology, a socio-political organization. So consisting of number of families, एक family, दो family, तीन family, एक clan, दो clan, तीन clan, एक group, दो group, तीन group, who share the same what same culture and the ancestry. ठीक है? Hence, the term can be traced back into the 13th century medieval English, where tribe was meant to be the okay, biblical connection of the 12 tribe of Israel. The word is from Old French tribu, in turn from a Latin tribus, referring to the original tripartite ethnic division of the Roman. So the original जो tripartites हैं ethnic division Roman state के that are basically referred to the tribus French में tribus so that are basically tribes. The tribe in India are aboriginal people ठीक है which are known as the Adivasi population basically. Roughly 8.6% of India's population is made up of scheduled castes, sorry, tribes or traditional tribal communities. So basically, some of them are added in scheduled tribes, and some of them are like traditionally tribal communities. ठीक है? Okay, that they live in यू कैन से कि वो लिव इन दे, जो ये ट्रेडिशनल ट्राइब है, दे आर लिव इन अ वेरी वेस्ट रिमोट एरियाज only. Small number of people, but they are not economically and like physiologically they are grown. They are having their own economy kind of thing. Still hunting is their main tradition, so that's why the traditional tribal communities take it. Okay, tribal people have inhabited the Indian subcontinent for a long period of time. The species known as Ramapithecus, okay, Ramapithecus was found in the Shivalik foothills of the northwestern Himalaya. If we see from the anthropological perspective, the population of India can be classified in six main ethnic groups. So we are just defining the population of India on the ethnic group के base. ठीक है. Now coming to first. Okay. So six categories में divide करते हैं ethnically. Negritos, so which is of course broad-headed peoples. Okay, from Africa were the earliest people in inhabited. ठीक है, अंडमानी ट्राइब जो है बेसिकली उनको हम रेफर कर रहे हैं. Pro-Australoids or ostriches. So after the Negritos, the ostriches came into inhabit India. They represent a race of people with wavy and curly hairs, plentifully distributed over the brown bodies, long heads, and look, we are not covering the features. So you can see prominent eye ridges, noses with low and broad roots, thick jaws, large plates, and teeth and small chins. Ostrich tribes, which are spread over the whole of India, are believed to form the bedrock of the people. They were the main builders of IVC. So these are basically pro-Australoids are the people who are basically, you can say nutshell में आप इनको बोल सकते हो कि बेसिक यही था, IVC के पीछे यही थे. In this very civilization जो है इन्हीं के बेस पे टिकी थी. Mongoloids, of course, जो मंगोलिया से आए थे, चाइना से आए थे, तिब्बत से ऐसे दैट आर मंगोलॉइड. ठीक है, नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न एरियाज में रहते हैं, आसाम, नागालैंड, मणिपुर, मिजोरम, मेघालय. Dravidian, the Dravidian spreads all over India, surpassing the population of first two people. Okay, Austric और Negroid से ज़्यादा population है इनकी. The groups constitute the bulk of scheduled castes in the North India. So this group has a subtype called Oriental group. ठीक है. Western Brahchipals, the Parsi population of India believed to be the descendant of this group. So Nordics, Indo-Aryans are the last immigrants to India. They comprises of group of Indo-Iranians, though they built their first settlement in east, western and northern Punjab. Generally, they spread over the Ganga Valley. So generally, they are divided basically. Okay? So you can say tribal languages in India. So we have just gone through different tribes, जो types of based on the ethnic. Okay, ethnicity. Now we'll just go through the tribal languages. So based on the development of different ethnic group बन गए थे, different languages evolve हुई. So languages of India are numerous due to the diversity in tribal India. It is found that the often one language is spoken in different dialects with the same tribal groups. ठीक है, देखो डायलेक्ट डिफरेंट है, but देखो एक होता है कि आप एक ट्राइबल ग्रुप में सेम सेम चीज़ें बोली जा रही है. ठीक है, सेम लैंग्वेज बोली जा रही है उस एरिया में, बट ऐसा होता है कि डायलेक्ट अलग अलग हो सकता है. ठीक है, हो सकता है कि उस जगह का कोई इंसान 10 साल कहीं और रह के आया हो, इसी जगह से कोई 10 किलोमीटर दूर, और 10 साल बाद वो वापस आए तो उसका डायलेक्ट से उसके घर वालों पे, उसके पड़ोसियों पे फ़र्क पड़ते पड़ते डायलेक्ट अलग अलग हो जाता है. सब एक ओरिजिनल चीज़ विल बी देयर, बट द अकॉर्डिंग टू इवॉल्वमेंट वो चेंज होता जाता है. The tribal languages are essentially folk languages spoken by people of ethnic groups who प्रेफर टू लिव रिलेटिवली आइसोलेटेड। ठीक है, बेसिकली फोक लैंग्वेज थी। ठीक है, तो अब एथनिक ग्रुप्स बोलते थे जो बेसिकली आइसोलेटेड थे। ठीक है, तो ये प्रिजर्व करने का तरीका यही था कि यू हैव सम फॉर्म ऑफ सॉन्ग्स, folk tales या legends। ठीक है, now Indian tribal languages are extremely orderly and well organized owing to a developed past and the enlightened education interface. Garo and Chakma languages have a slight Chinese hint to their diction. Okay, these we'll see the Garo and these languages. There lies an elementary similarity between the Garo and Mug language. Both tribes belong to same origin. Munda Santhali, Kol, Khasi, Garo, Kuruk are interrelated languages. So Munda and Kuruk are regarded as equivalent languages. The syntax and verbs of both are almost identical. Okay, so we'll go through that of course. Munda, Santhali, and Koi. So the Kol languages are even more ancient than the Indo-Aryan languages. Indian tribal languages can be classified in the following: can say Indo-Aryan tribal, Tibet-Burman tribal, Dravidian tribal, Austro-Asiatic language, tribal languages. So let's just go with the Indo-Aryan tribal languages first. Okay, so let us start with this. So Indo-Aryan tribal language speakers are distributed over a huge geographical territory of the country. So जो Indo-Aryan है basically ट्राइबल लैंग्वेज, इसके जो स्पीकर्स हैं ये जोग्राफिकली इंडिया में फैले हुए हैं। द नॉर्दर्न, ईस्टर्न, वेस्टर्न एंड सेंट्रल पोर्शन ऑफ इंडिया आर फुल ऑफ विद पीपल who speak the Indo-Aryan languages. More than 574 mother tongues comprise this family of tribal languages in India. Some of these Indo-Aryan tribal languages are mentioned below. हम थोड़ी सी देख लेते हैं because 574 mother languages में ये डिवाइड हो चुकी हैं। तो थ्री मेन लैंग्वेजेस अमंग द ट्राइब लैंग्वेजेस अंडर द इंडो आर्यन फैमिलीज में आपका भील, खानदेशी एंड हलाबी। सो बेसिकली क्या है, तो मोर देन लाइक मदर टंग्स जो 574 मदर टंग्स है उसमें ये लैंग्वेजेस हैं, बट हम मेन देखेंगे जो मेन है हमारे पास। मेन लैंग्वेज among the tribal अंदर इंडो आर्यन ट्राइबल लैंग्वेज में अगर आती है कोई, तो विच इज़ बेसिकली योर द भीली लैंग्वेज। भीली लैंग्वेज उसमें आ जाएगी, खानदेशी आ जाएगी आपकी, एंड द हलाबी। They are mainly spoken in Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Maharashtra. Khandeshi group of language in the Indo-Aryan family of tribal language comprises almost five main mother tongues. This language is spoken by a total of almost 1.2 million people. ठीक है, सो बेसिकली ये जो आपकी लैंग्वेज है या फिर खानदेशी ग्रुप ऑफ लैंग्वेज जो है ये इंडो आर्यन फैमिली की जो लैंग्वेज है, तो इसमें बेसिकली 5 मदर टंग्स में ये यूज़ होती है। ठीक है, Kawari and the Kathakali language belongs to the Indo-Aryan tribal language family, are spoken by the people of the area of Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Maharashtra. It is spoken by the tribes of some part of Gujarat and Maharashtra also. Tribes of the state of Jammu and Kashmir speaks the Kishtwari. Koch is spoken by tribes of Tripura, Assam. In Kuch Behar district of West Bengal also Konkani and Goanis. So the Konkani is basically very famous Indo-Aryan tribal language महाराष्ट्र के कोस्टल एरियाज में, एंड ऑफ कोर्स गोवानीज है तो गोवा में। ठीक है, हल्बी एंड हलाबी, हल्बी और हलापी वगैरह। सो महाराष्ट्र एंड मध्य प्रदेश, ठीक है, इन दोनों में। तिब्बतो बर्मन ट्राइबल लैंग्वेज, coming to this, the basically spoken in the northern and northeast regions of India. So name is derived due to the similarity of language with spoken in the family of tribes to that of language spoken in Myanmar. So पहले बर्मा था, ऑफ कोर्स अब म्यांमार है। तो बेसिकली क्या है कि जो आपकी ट्राइबल लैंग्वेजेस म्यांमार में फॉलो हो रही थी, वही कुछ उनकी कुछ टाइप्स आपकी इन नॉर्दर्न एंड नॉर्थ ईस्ट एरियाज में बोली जा रही है, ठीक है। क्योंकि वहाँ पे सिमिलर है चीज़। 9 languages of the Bodo subfamily of the Tibeto-Burman language family constitute the largest group of tribal language in the country. Of course, this is the largest group because you have the frequency Bodo tribe, Garo tribes, ठीक है, कोच ट्राइब, मिकी ट्राइब्स, these are kind of the families or languages जो आ जाती हैं, ठीक है, which are very famous again. So these major 9 languages of this subfamilies are Bodo, Garo, Tripuri, Mikir, Rabha, Demasa, Lalung, Deori, and Koch. These languages are spoken by over half of the tribal population spread in the Brahmaputra Valley. So when we are talking about Brahmaputra Valley, I am talking about the northeastern region, North Chachar Hills of Assam, Meghalaya, and Tripura. Okay. The languages belonging to other subgroups of the Tibeto-Burman tribal language family are spoken by smaller number of populations, ठीक है। तो जो अदर बच जाती हैं तिब्बतो-बर्मन ट्राइबल लैंग्वेज, तो विच आर अगर बहुत स्मॉल बोली जाती हैं, ठीक है। तो 24 languages of Naga group are spoken in the state of Nagaland and Arunachal, North Manipur Hills. 25 languages of Kuki-Chin group are spoken in the states of Mizoram, Manipur and Tripura. The prominent languages in this group are Lushai Mizo, this is Thado and Page. Some of the tribal languages देखो ट्राइबल लैंग्वेजेस जो बेसिकली हमने देखी है अभी, ठीक है, जो बोडो, गारो, त्रिपुरी, मिकिर, रब्बा, दिमासा, ठीक है, ये हमने जो देखी। लालुंग, ये सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है हमारे पास, ठीक है। सो बेसिकली एंटायर स्टेट ऑफ असम में ये ट्राइबल कम्युनिटीज यूज करती हैं। Why Bodo is very famous? So this answer, Bodo language is one of the popular Indian tribal language belonging to the Tibeto-Burman language family, which is a subgroup of the Sino-Tibetan language group. Yeah, so basically, come from Chinese or Tibetan Mongol area, so that's why it is like Sino-Tibetan language group के part में आती है. It is mostly spoken by the Bodo people residing in the northeastern region of India and by the people of the neighboring country of Nepal. Bodo language has got the status of one of the official languages state of Assam. That is also very famous. Okay? Very important, sorry. Bodo language is closely associated with the Dimasa language of the state of Assam and with the Garo language of Meghalaya. So these are some of the similarities. Let us move further with our third tribal language, which is Dravidian tribal language. Sorry. This family of language spoken in the Indian subcontinent mainly comprises the tribal languages spoken in the southern part of India. Basically, coming to Dravidian, which is of course we are talking about southern part of India. So some of the initial languages in this family, such as Kudu, are not considered to belong to this family of languages. ये जो द्रविडियन ट्राइबल लैंग्वेज में जो इनिशियल लैंग्वेज थी, इनिशियल लैंग्वेज इन दिस फैमिली जो थी वो कुडू थी, ठीक है, विच इज अगेन नॉट कंसीडर्ड टू बिलोंग टू दिस फैमिली ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस सिंस इट हैज बीन मर्ज्ड विद द कन्नड़ा लैंग्वेज। जब तक ये कन्नड़ के साथ, कुडू इज अ लैंग्वेज विच इज ओरिजिनली अ द्रविडियन ट्राइबल, बट इसको कुछ खास कंसिडरेशन मिलती नहीं थी जब तक ये मर्ज नहीं हुई थी विद द कन्नड़ा लैंग्वेज। इसमें आप बेसिकली अगर हम देखें तो इम्पोर्टेंट लैंग्वेज है विच इज़ कोलामी, कुई, कोंडा, कोया, गोंडी, ओरांव, कुरुक एंड पाची. Kaikadi is a major Dravidian tribal language that is spoken by the Kaikadi tribes, which is several part of Karnataka and Maharashtra. Another Dravidian tribal language is the Kannikaran, that is spoken in Ernakulam, Thiruvananthapuram, and Kozhikode districts of Kerala, and of course Tirunelveli district of state of Tamil Nadu. Kondadora is another Dravidian language. Odisha and Andhra Pradesh में कोराका इज अ पार्ट ऑफ केरला में. कोटा जो है द्रविड़ लैंग्वेज अगेन तमिलनाडु में. कोया विच इज ऑफ कोर्स महाराष्ट्र एंड आंध्र प्रदेश. मेन डायलेक्ट अगर आप देखो तो पोडिया, ठीक है, मलकनगिरी कोया एंड चिंटूर कोया. कमर is another tribal language belonging to the Dravidian family. ट्राइबल लैंग्वेज है ये, ठीक है, ट्राइब द्रविडियन फैमिली को बिलोंग करती है एंड स्पोकन बाय द ट्राइबल कम्युनिटीज in the areas of Rewa district. Coming next, Austro-Asiatic tribal languages. Now, coming this, these languages are spoken in the state of West Bengal, Jharkhand. So till now we have just studied कि जो नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न में बोली जाती हैं, जैसे मध्य प्रदेश में बोली जा रही हैं, ठीक है, साउथर्न इंडिया में. Now we are at the नॉर्थ. दिस इज वेस्ट बंगाल, झारखंड, ठीक है, नॉर्थ ईस्ट ईस्टर्न स्टेट में कुछ कुछ जगह बोली जाती हैं. सबसे पहले हम आते हैं हमारे पास, बी वेरी अटेंटिव, दिस आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, खारिया एंड संथाली. So belonging to Austro-Asiatic language family and mostly spoken by the tribal people living in the Jharkhand, Odisha, Assam, eastern Madhya Pradesh and southern Bihar. So Kharia is this language. Santhali की बात करेंगे. Also very important, belong to Santhali family of the Austro-Asiatic language family, closely associated with Ho and Mundari languages. In India, these languages spoken in the states of Assam, Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Odisha, Tripura. Santhali language is mainly spoken by the Santhal tribe community. It is also spoken in neighboring countries of India like Nepal, Bangladesh, and Bhutan में बोली जाती है also. The tribal community is the largest tribal community of the country. ठीक है, तो संथाली community है, which is Santhali language. Santhal is a tribe, Santhali is a language. तो ये संथाली ट्राइबल कम्युनिटी सबसे बड़ी जो है, विच इज ऑफ कोर्स दिस इज द लार्जेस्ट ट्राइबल कम्युनिटी हमारी संथाल, ठीक है, संथाल. एंड संथाली लैंग्वेज इज बेसिकली अ डायलेक्ट ऑफ मुंडा ट्राइबल लैंग्वेज, ठीक है. कमिंग नेक्स्ट, it is generally believed that Santhali language is much older than the Aryan one. Currently, the Santhali tribal language is not much in use anymore. The Santhali Pundits use the language for literary works. Okay, pundits. Okay, for literary works and religious documents. So literacy के लिए और the religious document के लिए use करते हैं. और वहीं तक this is restricted. This language is very famous for its numeric classifier, which is alien to those of the Dravidian family of language. So numerical classifier के लिए बहुत famous है, which is not matches of course with the Dravidian family of languages. Coming to the Khasi language, comes under this family and spoken by the मेघालय में बोली जाती है, ठीक है. This language is a part of the Khasi Khmuic group of languages. Khmuic, ठीक है. Khasi language is largely connected with the Munda branch of Austro-Asiatic group of language that is mainly found in east central region of India. In India, most of the speakers of Khasi language are found in the state of Meghalaya में मिल देंगे आपको, ठीक है. However, this language is also spoken in the huge number of people in the hilly district of Assam. आपको बांग्लादेश में मिल जाएंगे, नेबरिंग कंट्रीज में यूज होती हुई लैंग्वेज है. रिच लेजेंड्स एंड फोक स्टोरीज हैं इसकी, ठीक है. Interestingly, this language had no script and its own in the past. अपनी कोई भी स्क्रिप्ट नहीं है इसकी पास्ट की. खासी लैंग्वेज हैज वेरियस डायलेक्ट विच इज खासी, लांगरिन, भोई, ठीक है, नोंगटोंग एंड लियांगतम. Among the five varieties, Standard, Khasi, Languin, and uh, Lingam are similar, whereas Bhoi and Nongtung are very different. Coming to prominent tribal language, okay, coming to this, some of the prominent tribal languages, or we can say the popular ones: Bhatri, Bhili, Bhunjia, Chakma, Chhattisgarhi, Dhanki, Dhodia, Hundari, Gardyali, Gamit, Gaviti, Garashia, so Gojri, Hajong, Halbi, Haruti, Hindi, Jansari, Kutchi, Konkani, Marathi, Mapchi, Mewari, Nagpuri. So these are kind of the very famous. Okay. Some prevalent tribal languages in India are Abuj Maria, Garo, Arya, the Sangla, okay, Sangla, and Saurashtri, Garo. It is spoken by the tribal community residing in the Garo Hills. Of course, जो गारो लोग खाते हैं, they are also the hills. तो उसी के नाम पे मे बी द थिंग्स के, या फिर लैंग्वेज के नाम पे हिल्स का नाम, हिल्स के नाम पे लैंग्वेज का नाम. ओके, फाइन, दैट्स नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट. मेघालय, त्रिपुरा, वेस्टर्न असम में बोली जाती है, नागालैंड में. ठीक है, आपके several dialects इसके हैं आपके मेकम, चिसाक एंड द एटाउ. Abuj Maria, which is spoken by the people of Abuj Mar Hills in the Bastar district, and Pate, Thado, Hamar, and Tangko languages are most, so some of the tribal languages spoken in the most of northeastern part of India. Some tribes using these leading tribal languages are Garo, Chakma, Naga, Gond, Mizo, Santhali, Khasi. ठीक है? So these are kind of the things. Coming to next, which is Gadaba, it is spoken by the people of Koraput district of Odisha. Arya, which is in Madhya Pradesh, tribal community जो है. Sangla, which is in Arunachal Pradesh. Coming to the music, let me see how much time we have. Okay, this needs a time, so we'll just revise whatever we did till now. Okay, so let's revise it in. Okay. So as India is a very big diverse culture and tradition, so we have a different languages of tribal groups situated in the scattered India, all around the India. So now we have the tribes. तो एथनिसिटी के बेसिस पे अगर डिवाइड करना चाहें तो जिस नेग्रिटोज विच इज़ ऑफ कोर्स बेसिकली जो अंडमान में ट्राइब रहती है, बेसिकली द पीपल केम नाइजीरियन से नाइजीरियंस इन सिंपल की जो अफ्रीकन साइड्स हैं. ठीक है, प्रो ऑस्ट्रोलाइड्स और ऑस्ट्रिक्स विच इज़ बेसिकली यू कैन से इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन का जो बेस था ये यही लोग थे. ठीक है, बेसिकली इनकी a race of the people उन्होंने represent करा. curly hairs plentifully distributed over the brown bodies. ठीक है, मंगोलाइड्स जो मंगोलिया चाइना से आए थे वो द्रविडियंस. ठीक है, which is of course is southern India. Dravidian population is much more than the okay Negritos and the Austrics. We have the western Brachycephals, which is the Parsi community को descend करते हैं जो. Then the Nordics, ठीक है, Indo-Aryans, लास्ट इमिग्रेंट्स. ठीक है, तो इंडो इरानियंस थे इनमें. ठीक है, बेसिकली नाउ वी हैव द ट्राइबल ग्रुप्स और द सॉरी द ट्राइबल लैंग्वेजेस बेसिकली. So we have basically these kind of languages. ठीक है, according to the different ethnic groups आ गए तो different languages: Indo-Aryan, Dravidian, Sino-Tibetan, Negroids, Austric, others. So these are kind of the tribal languages. ठीक है, काइंड ऑफ चाइनीज हिंट अगर आपको देखना हो लैंग्वेजेस का, चीज़ इन नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया में देखने को मिल जाएगा, बिकॉज दे आर ऑफ कोर्स दे आर सिमिलर टू द म्यांमार एंड चाइना, तिब्बत एक्सेट्रा. दे आर सम ऑफ लैंग्वेज मुंडा संथाल. तो बेसिकली ट्राइबल लैंग्वेज को हमने डिवाइड कर रखा है चार ऑप्शंस में, चार डिफरेंट पार्टीशंस में: Indo-Aryan tribal, and then Tibeto-Burman tribal, then Dravidian tribals, and Austro-Asiatic tribal. सो दिस इंडो आर्यंस में अगर आपको देखो तो भील लैंग्वेज सबसे आती है फेमस, भील खानदेशियन हलाबी, गुजरात राजस्थान मध्य प्रदेश में ये बोली जाती है। ठीक है। तो कोच कोंकणी आ गई आपके पास, हल्बी आ गई जो मध्य प्रदेश महाराष्ट्र, हलाबी या हल्बी जो भी है, ठीक है, दोनों एक ही टर्म्स हैं। तिब्बतो बर्मन विच इज पोडो गारो, ठीक है, लुंग त्योरी कोच मीटियर त्रिपुरी, दीज आर काइंड ऑफ लैंग्वेजेस नॉर्थ ईस्ट में ज़्यादा हैं। ठीक है। कमिंग टू द बोडो लैंग्वेज विच ऑफ कोर्स मोस्ट पॉपुलर, इसको साइन इंडियन की सब कैटेगरी में भी डाला गया है बिकॉज साइन इंडियन में जो तिब्बतन ग्रुप से आई है। ठीक है। द्रविडियन में हम जाएंगे तो विच इज केकाडी, कोंडा, ठीक है, कोराका, कोटा, ठीक है, द बेसिकली साउदर्न इंडिया लैंग्वेजेस। ऑस्ट्रो एशियाटिक ट्राइबल लैंग्वेज खारिया, वेरी फेमस अगेन, संथाली अगेन, ठीक है, सबसे ज़्यादा बोली जाने वाली, लाइव दिस ट्राइबल कम्युनिटी। ठीक है। तो संथाल कम्युनिटी विच इज़ द लार्जेस्ट ट्राइबल कम्युनिटी, ठीक है, इंडिया की। Now, खासी लैंग्वेज here, so because Garo and Khasi are hills also. So Garo is basically mentioned in Tibeto-Burman में, ठीक है, but Khasi is mentioned in the Austro-Asiatic में, ठीक है। So we have now prominent tribal languages में अगर आप देखो which is Abuchmaria, Garo, एरिया, सांगला एंड द सौराष्ट्री। तो गारो की हम जब बात करते हैं तो वो गारो मेघालय त्रिपुरा वगैरह में बोली जाती है। कुछ मारिया इज बेसिकली अबुजमा हिल्स में। ठीक है। तो दीज आर ये जो आपकी लैंग्वेजेस हैं, पेट थाडो हमारे विच इज नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न पार्ट्स में बोली जाती हैं। ठीक है। दिस इज डापा या आर्या एंड द सांगला। ठीक है। अकॉर्डिंग टू पर्सपेक्टिव आप देख सकते हैं, वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट। The heritage you can see now how these are some of the mentioned languages out of numerous languages that are followed by the और that are spoken by the different tribals communities। ठीक है। ऐसा होता है कि अगर एक ट्राइबल कम्युनिटी यहाँ पे, दूसरी ट्राइबल कम्युनिटी यहाँ पे, एंड द गैप इज बिटवीन 100 मोर देन 100 किलोमीटर, तो एक डायलेक्ट सा सेम लगता है इन दोनों में। लेकिन इफ इट इज नागालैंड एंड इट इज केरला, दोनों ट्राइब्स की डिफरेंट लैंग्वेज है। इट मे बी द सेम, कहीं कहीं वो माइग्रेट हुए यहाँ पे, कुछ यहाँ पे रह गए, इट मे बी द सेम, but the difference is that they're scattered all over the India and they have a different dialects of the language also, that I have discussed with you earlier कि कैसे dialect आ सकता है। Okay, now we have to study the tribal music and the dance. We'll go through it ASAP in the next lecture. Thank you.